Greetings, sons and daughters, and all those who knew they couldn't stay away from home too long. I greet all the children of the sun in stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. Once again, stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. 3 times. Stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. To all the sons and daughters and children of the sun. Wholeness, 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 power and plenty. I hope everybody feeling good for no reason at all, radiating the highest frequency of solar energy in your physical vessel and authenticity. I greet everyone in peace. I greet everyone in love. It is I, your co-host, Sawu the God, in 5th dimensional magnetic service, radiating in the highest version and frequency of my true and authentic self. Feeling good for no reason at all. We're gonna sit in this fire for a minute, family. Thanks to the full moon pushing out so much unnecessary and unneeded lingering energy hanging around us individually and the collective, you know. I hope everyone feeling very good today, man. You know, the energy in the atmosphere is very heightened. And if I could describe it, it just feels pure and clean. We're gonna sit in this fire for a minute. See what the flames tell us. In this moment of silence, as we listen to nature, we want to give acknowledgement to our higher selves, align in with the assignment of our inner being and what it has to say. Give acknowledgement to our ancestors, spirit guides, ascended cosmic and divine beings and masters of the highest order, and all help from 4th dimensions and higher of the highest order. We cut, transmute any discord and lower vibratory frequencies in the magnetic frequency of love and light through this expression of sound. Ashe, and so be it. Thank you. In the highest version of myself, radiating into my highest and innermost being, I greet everyone in stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. It is our Sawu God in magnetic service. I got a few things for the day, family. I won't go into the travels of the full moon energy I experienced last night. But I just speak from these downloads that I received to provoke and promote our thinking to be accelerated and our light to be activated and speeding on a higher axis. full moon's bring whatever we've been doing to full bloom. I hope y'all can hear me over life's noise. Full moons, for those of us, Mercury messing with my speech, but for those of us who are familiar with the cycles and phases of the moon, I'm saying this: full moons bring whatever we have been doing from full moon to full moon into full bloom. So if you've been a nervous wreck or negative, then that's probably the fruition you've seen in your life. If you've been exceptionally positive for the most part, then that should be the fruition you've seen in your life by things that's occurring, no matter how small. Because it's very important to be grateful of the small things. We get so caught up in it looking for something big to happen in our life, man. We ain't being grateful enough. We ain't operating in an attitude of gratefulness enough just for the small things, the small increases, the small advances, the small things that promote us to do better than yesterday. From lords to lizards, from lords to lizards. When I was meditating, that just came to me. From lords to lizards. But what it showed me is the evolution that we have endured through to come into this moment. From lizards to lords. Now, some of us may still be operating in that Draco reptilian lizard type energy. So this message for you, but it's not for you. I'm talking to the lords, those who have elevated and ascended themselves from inside out, from their inner earth to their outer earth, interstellar to their extraterrestrial, to become a lord and sovereign ruler of yourself. Salute. This ascension process has been about going in and going deep from your present point in life back through your past life history / ancestry. It run that deep. Like I say, I ain't gonna go into all the travels that I went into, in my rest station period. But these things that I say gonna be speaking from the travels that I went through. There's a lot going on, family. If you're doing this work, this shadow work, to bring your shadows, to bring your shadow self out of the dark and into the light, then it don't take for me to tell you it's a lot going on. Your life already showing you it's a lot going on. If you're trying to balance spiritual practicality with material practicality, that's what the shadow work is about, bringing it to balance. But it's a lot going on, and it's taking us through some shit. Pardon my French, but yeah, it's taking us through some shit. I'm gonna continue to say every day is not a day that I wake up feeling good. Every day is a good day, but I don't wake up feeling good in it. I have to get myself in that space, and through these practices that I share with y'all, this is how I continue to get myself in that space to where every day just be a good day, and I'm able to just feel good for no reason at all. Figure them. So I hope y'all feeling good for no reason at all, or at least I'm saying something that may help get you there. You heard? My point is, it's important to be awoke if you awoke, and if you woke, it's important to be aware to breaking old patterns, breaking old cycles, breaking old behaviors in order to create better ones as you transform yourself. So that brought a question to my mind when I was reflecting upon myself, what I'm now sharing it. It posed a question. It made me pose a question upon my lower self from my higher self, and the question that my higher self posed upon my lower self was, how have you used the time that you have had in your physical body to build your light body, your God body? And I was like, whoa, I don't know how to definitely gonna take this, but I'ma share it. How have you used the time you have had in your physical body, the one that you in right now, to build your light body, your God body? This is not a game, and this is very important because a lot of people don't even know who using their avatar. Who's using your avatar? And if you're saying what I would talk about, then you probably already being used. You probably already an agent. If you're here today, I appreciate you for being here, for being present in this space. Because in being here, it says that you find something, no matter how small or how large, you find something in what I have to say of worth and of value to your time, that you made yourself present to listen. So I thank you. Going back to how I was affected by this full moon energy. Y'all pardon that. But going back to how I was affected by this full moon energy, and this healing presence that was going on in my, and you know, in me. Forgiveness was a high resonation going on in my inner being. That's the only way I can describe what was going on within me. Was the feeling or the sense of some type of forgiveness that was either I needed to extend, or maybe that I was due. And the only way I can get it was energetic. And the only way I can give the forgiveness that may be being called upon me was energetic. So, and recognizing that, I took the time, no matter, regardless of what time it was, to get up and get myself in the space of doing just that. Forgiveness is, and what was shown to me was forgiveness is the highest symbol of my growth. I don't know about yours, or what you got to deal with to get you to the next space, you know, and dimension in your life. But forgiveness was the highest symbol of achievement in my growth, for what's going on at present. Reason being, in order it took me to recognize that in order to raise my frequency in love for myself, to reflect my love for others, in order to brighten the light in me, I also had to forgive anything and everyone, past and present, regardless of what have occurred. So I did that, and I brushed my shoulders off. You hear me? And I encourage you to still take this opportunity and the time to do the same. And in recognition of that, I want to say this, family. Even great leaders have flaws. Matter of fact, the greatest leaders may have the most flaws. And many times we don't see it because either it's so well hidden or we're just not open enough to be able to see it. As I was saying, everyone is flawed, but some of us have the ability or the materiality to cover it up. And that's a lot of what's been going on. But what this process called Ascension is doing is snatching all the veils off, all disguises, tearing all veils down, and everything is being exposed for exactly what it is. So as I said it before, I'm gonna say it again. Even the greatest leaders have flaws. So don't listen to what people say about people. Listen to what your heart tells you about them. And with that in mind, I want to shout out a few people. I want to shout out young Pharaoh because he's going through some things. They're trying to cancel him out, but I recognize his light for what it is, regardless of what flaws he may have. yeah, I just want to shout out Young Pharaoh and it's a few more names. I just can't think of them right now, but they know who they are. So if you know them, let them know that salute the guard, you know, recognize it for what it is, man. Cause it's a lot of censoring trying to be put down for these very type of messages not to be put out for those of us who need to hear it, you know, because I'm not only a messenger, I listen to people too. I listen to messages from other people too. You know, it's a collective. It's a collective. It's a collective, meaning joint. It's a joint effort. You know, ain't no one man an island. We're gonna pause for a minute. I might probably have to move my location because other things is going on around me that I don't want to interfere with our time. Thank you. I know y'all wanted to stay out there. I wanted to stay out there too. And I don't know the reasons behind why everything happened, but I know everything happened for a reason. But we're gonna keep it rocking. Thank y'all for bearing with me. Sometimes, family, when you want a new leash on life, just how I had to look at what just occurred in a different way. You know, when you want a new leash on life, you gotta have a new perspective, a higher perspective. You can't look at, you know, things the same way you used to if you want better results. Sometimes, when you want a new leash on life, sometimes you gotta let something go in order to grow. And I was just testing. That was, no matter how small, that was just a test, and I handled it well. We just in a different location. We still in the same space. I'm still feeling good for no reason at all. Operating in the truest and authentic version of my authentic self. That's how you show up for yourself, family. You show up for yourself by not responding the way that you used to responding. And in showing up for myself, I thank me. And showing up for myself, I thank me. To say, if you're showing up for yourself, thank yourself. I can't encourage us enough to give yourself some flowers in whatever form you choose to celebrate yourself. Thank you. When you can't see the unseen through the experiences in your life that make things seeable to you, and you keep enduring, you keep your head up, keep feeling good for no reason at all, continue to try to be true to the authentic version of who you are, try to keep your heart in the right place and happy as possible. When you're able to do some of those attributes or characteristics of attributes I just shared, you're walking in faith. Now all you gotta do is just hold on till your sight become the manifestation of your life. And in order to do that, we need to know the hardest thing you will have to face when becoming a better person is being able to face your own weaknesses. That's it. Do the right things for the right reasons. Whatever the right reason may be, if it don't cause harm to others, do it for that reason. But do the right thing for the right reason. I'm gonna say it again. What you put out comes back to pay you a visit. We need to know this. Karma is real. This is not a game. What you put out comes back to pay you a visit, man. All energy returns to its sender in some way, shape, and form. When you're growing through things that bring you in maturity, and we're all being given experiences, we're all going through life experiences to give us and make us more mature in certain phases and areas of our life. It may vary per individual, but when you're going through things that bring you into maturity, The greatest impact you can have on your life and the life of others is to move away from the things that's most familiar to you and cause you the most damage. You can't be a better person to others until you become a better person to yourself. I don't care about what's going on in your house, in your relationship, with the kids, at your job. The greatest work, family, you will ever do will be the work you do in yourself and on yourself. You can't change no one else, but you can change you. I don't know who I needed to speak to today and speaking to myself, but whoever you are, I hope you're hearing what I was channeled to say today. As we move on and forward individually and in this collective experience, it's important to know when to move, and it's more important to know how to move. Be patient. Do nothing that will push you back into the dark. I repeat again. Be patient and do nothing and think no thought that will push you back into the dark. This is essential because many of us have done the work and many of us have already fell back into the dark. Like we ain't never experienced what knowledge of self is. Went right back to 3 stages of deaf, dumb, and blindness. That's okay. Be encouragement to those type of individuals, those type of entities when you come into contact with them. And if you can't do nothing, and if you can't be of service to plant a positive seed in their life, then brush yourself off and keep it moving. Stay your course, hold to your vision, know and understand that nothing happens to you, only through you. If you're a master, if you're a light worker, if you're a healer, it's important for us to remember this. Nothing happens to us, only through us. And for those who's trying to get to the stages, the starseeds who are trying to get to the stages of light workers and healers and ascended masters, you can plant this in your soil. Nothing happens to you, only through you. If you're going through regular everyday life problems, just remember, nothing happens to you, only through you. You must become. You must become and be the sovereign master of your own being and governor of your own life. Don't put that in nobody else's hands. Sow seeds of positivity and watch how your harvest multiply. Remember to exercise peace, harmony, love, and happiness because it's a high vibration, but it's a cosmic frequency. You really don't find it here on this planet. If we gotta go back home, because it's time to go back home, all you gotta know that your map is within. Enjoy your travels. Stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. I appreciate y'all. And I'll see y'all another time in the same space in a higher frequency. One, Sabu to God. Peace.